kick it, Jackie Chan.
Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barons.
The youngest wanna kick it, Jackie Chan.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Video in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Brooklyn Barons Relocation franchise here on Madden 23. And we are finally here, the final week of the regular season. I cannot believe it. I know that you cannot believe it, but we have arrived. It is time to see if this team right here is built to go all the way or if they are just a bunch of frauds. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started. Here we are, Week 18 against the 10-6 Cleveland Landis Browns. It's going to be a wild matchup, I'm assuming. I have no idea how this team is going to play. It seems like they've simulated pretty well this season, but that is not the biggest of big news or the biggest of big situations. As you can see, we are still the 2 seed against the Bengals, who are the 1 seed. We need to win this game against Cleveland. Have the Bengals lose. I don't know who they're playing. They're playing the Colts, who are 11-5. Which is also a pretty good team, so it could be a tough game for them. We absolutely have to win this game and have to hope that the Colts can somehow upset the Bengals, get them to lose. Then we win. We would jump back in front, because if we take a look at the standings right now, we currently sit tied at 13-3, but the only reason they're ahead of us is because they beat us earlier in the season, so they have that head-to-head tiebreaker. So, if they lose to the Colts, who are also a really good team, and we beat the Browns, who are a really good team, we would jump ahead of them, get the 1 seed, and lock up the bye for the playoffs. If not, if we win and the Bengals win, then we would still be the 2 seed. The Bengals would still be the 1 seed. So the only way we can be the 1 seed, I'm pretty sure, the only way we can be the 1 seed is if the Bengals lose and we win. Otherwise, we will have to go through the wild card to get to the promised land, which is the Super Bowl. Last season, we got to the divisional round, or did we get to the championship game? I think we got to the AFC title game, if I'm not mistaken, and we lost to the Chiefs, or the Bills? Who did we lose to? No, we beat the Bills on the road in Buffalo. I know that. I know we beat the Bills on the road in Buffalo in one of the playoff games. Who did we play? Did we play the Raiders, maybe? I don't remember. I'm getting a bunch of series mixed up. I don't remember who we played last year. I'd have to look it up on in the playlist, link down below in the description if you want to go check it out for yourself. But I'd have to go back and look that up and see how far I think we got to the AFC title game. I feel like we played the Broncos at one point, maybe. And then we played, yeah, we did lose to the Chiefs, but was it the AFC title game or was it divisional? Because I know we had to go on the road to Kansas City and play in Arrowhead. But was that the AFC title game? I'm going to say it was. I'm going to say we went to the AFC title game last year because we were kind of like a Cinderella story. We shouldn't have been there in the first place, and then we went all the way to the AFC title. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened, and we just couldn't. Although now that I'm remembering, I think we should have beaten the Chiefs, but some crazy stuff happened in that game, and we ended up losing. Or at least we had a shot at winning that game. Yeah, I think that's how it happened. I think that's what happened last year. But this is a totally different team. Jalen Hurts is here, and we are ready to win a Super Bowl. This team is good enough to do it. We just have to play well in the game. Weekly strategy, I'm assuming this Browns team is basically the same as what they have been. They still have Deshaun Watson, although Nick Chubb, crucially, is not an X factor. He is only a superstar running back, which could help us. That could help us out, although he's still Nick Chubb, 99 overall. They do have Deshaun Watson still at quarterback, and it looks like he's pretty good at checking down. So we will stop that. They still have Denzel Ward, and they still have Myles Garrett. We knew that because Myles Garrett was their impact player. So we will do blitz counter on Myles Garrett because he's Myles Garrett. So we will do that. I don't know if that's going to help at all. Oh, that's right. We have an injury, so we have a new guy in. I don't want my fullback, even with the injury, I don't want my fullback getting any XP boosts. He doesn't really need to. who could use an XP? But you know what? The general, not the general, that's George Patton. The founding father, Will Washington. He could certainly use any extra XP boost that he can get at 24 years old, star development. Nate Harris is getting some good ones. Have I been calling him Chris Harris? I feel like I've been calling him Chris Harris, and that's my bad. It's Nate Harris. If I haven't, then it's no big deal, but I feel like I've been calling him a different name. Greg Benson's getting some good upgrade points. Malcolm Waynes, I'm hoping, can turn into a stud at guard. Obviously, we have Manny Battles, who is a really good young rookie that we drafted this past season. This past offseason, I should say. And we are getting really close. Oh, that's because Shaquem McLeod got hurt. I remember now. Now, I was thinking, who was the guy that got hurt? But it was Shaquem McLeod who got hurt last episode, and he's out for the rest of the season until if we make the playoffs. If we make the Super Bowl, then he'll be back. That's the only game he can come back for because he is basically done. If we go to the injury report right now, yeah, Shaquem McLeod is out for a month, which means... Actually, no. Yeah. He's out for a month because this will be 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, and then he should be back for the Pro Bowl, but hopefully we're not involved in the Pro Bowl. Hopefully we are in the Super Bowl. So that's the goal, to get to the Super Bowl, obviously. We've got players that are ready to negotiate. We're going to have to figure out what to do because we got to pay some big-time guys or trade them away. I'm still not too sure what we do with either Thibodeau or Hutchinson. Hutchinson is a higher overall, but Thibodeau is a year younger. And he's a 1 overall lower, and he's a lot cheaper than Hutchinson. So I think we might have to move on from Aiden Hutchinson. Evan Neal, we might have to trade. There's a lot of guys we're probably going to have to trade just to save money because we only have 11 million, as you can see above my head. So I want to bring back Lewis Seen. I want to maybe bring back Travis Etienne because he's been a really awesome backup running back for us. I don't know. There's going to be lots of stuff to do when we get to the off season. That is 100% for sure. But we haven't taken a look at franchise staff in a little bit. We've got 81 points. What can we spend these 81 points on? We can go down here to the offensive coordinator and boost some good stuff for the wide receivers and for the halfbacks. Oh, no, okay. So only for the wide receivers. I thought that I could do both of them, but it locked me out. That's okay. We'll go to the defensive coordinator, who is Lovie Smith and his magical beard, and we will make sure that all this good stuff is leveled up max. And now we can finish the player personnel tree, which is pretty expensive, but we will add one more to the halfbacks, increase the likelihood of halfbacks signing through free agency, so that's awesome. We need to upgrade these a little bit more, but we need to wait until we get some more points. So that is all the staff points I have. I'm hoping that these guys stay around for another season. I hope they don't get signed as head coaches, but I think this is the second year that they are, right? Because we signed them the off season before last year. Then they were our offensive defensive coordinators last season. And then last off season, I was worried that they were going to get head coaching jobs, but they stayed here. So I'm pretty sure this is year 2 for them as our coordinators. Let's take a look at this Cleveland squad as we head into the final week of the season and see what they're working with. We kind of already know the structure of their team because we saw their weekly strategy. Deshaun Watson's still their quarterback, but they have no backup options. They've got a quarterback out of Bowling Green State who's not great. He's already 25. That's not a good sign. Running backs, they have Nick Chubb and Cedric Pierce, a third-year man out of Virginia, who seems to be a pretty decent backup. Maybe he'll turn out to be something in the league, who knows. Wide receivers, Amari Cooper is still here. Dalton Kendrick, second-year man out of Ohio State. I remember this guy only because he was from Ohio State. He's got good speed. He could be a threat. He looks pretty good. 5'8", though. Not the biggest receiver in the world. That could be easy for our corners to cover. Although 96 speed is pretty fast. Then they also still have David Bell, who's a pretty good player. Michael Woods the second, but Parker Pierman, the rookie out of Oregon, is not playing because he's injured, but he's not good at all either, so it doesn't really matter. David Njoku's still here at tight end, 84 overall. Second man out of Utah, Tony Cross, however you pronounce it, is the backup tight end. Doesn't look too amazing. Walker Little has taken over left tackle duties. Then they've got Joel Bitonio still, Drew Dahlman at center, Wyatt Teller at right guard, and Jack Conklin is the right tackle. So it's a bare bones offensive line for the Browns, but it still could do the job for blocking for Nick Chubb. Sam Hubbard on the defensive line with Myles Garrett and Dave Roach, a third-year man out of Oregon, who looks to be pretty decent, I guess. He could be something, who knows. give him a couple more seasons. I remember you, Kurt Hazelton. We were looking at this guy out of Virginia in the draft this past offseason. I do remember you, and he turns out to be a pretty decent player, good outside linebacker, decently fast in terms of acceleration. His speed's kind of low, but you could develop that. He could get faster. Calvin Morgan, third-year man out of LSU, is the middle linebacker. He looks to be pretty good. And then JOK is a stud, and he is holding down the right outside linebacker spot. Corners, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome still here. Both really solid, good veteran players at this point. Not in real life. Greg Newsome's not a veteran. Levi Wallace is here. Martin Emerson and Dean I'm going to say Dean Leonard from Ole Miss is their last corner. So really we only have to worry about these two guys, but I think our depth at wide receiver can overcome that. Then we've got Deontay Samuels. I remember you too. We were looking at you in the draft as well. You're a free safety from UCLA who seems to be pretty good, really fast. I like him. I probably would have taken him if we didn't take Shaquem McLeod. Jerry Mann is also here in Cleveland as the strong safety. He looks to be pretty good. You know what? The Browns seem to have drafted decently well in this simulation. They've got a lot of good rookies and auto-generated guys that seem to have potential to be pretty good. Julian Parsons, second-year man from North Dakota State, is their kicker. What's his kick power? His kick power is 88. His accuracy is 74. So if we get the boys down at like the 50-yard line or something where they have to kick like 55-yard field goals or something, yeah, he's probably got the leg for it, but the accuracy from that deep probably won't go in. So if we can keep these boys long field goal attempts, we might have a chance. Colton Pearson is the punter from Wisconsin. He looks to be pretty good. And then that is their squad. So we will head into this final game of the season against the Browns at home at FDR in Brooklyn, hopefully with a W, because we need it.
It's week 18 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Barons and the Browns. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Brooklyn Barons. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brooklyn Baron football is underway from FDR Stadium in Brooklyn. Nate Harris takes the ball and will get us started at the 26-yard line. Good starting spot, 1 yard closer than where we would have been if I kneeled it. And here he comes. Jalen Hurts, somebody that I need to stop throwing interceptions with, as we can see. All right, that we don't need to shoot those away. We don't need to see those. Let's get this ball on the ground, establish a run game, and keep in mind that bottom ticker that you see to my left, because I'm trying to think of where the camera's positioned. To my left on the bottom ticker, that Bengals and Colts game, we need to keep an eye on that. Because if the Colts are winning, we need to know. We don't need to know. I would like to know. And that's going to be knocked incomplete. That was a tough throw. I rolled the wrong way. I thought my guy coming in the middle, I think that was Will Washington. I thought he was going to be open, but he got covered very quickly. Let's just check this down. Barkley cannot get a first down. He could barely even get anything on that. I thought he was going to be able to extend for more than what that was. That was kind of embarrassing. But we don't punt the football on the channel. You know this. We'll go to Barkley. Get the first down. Barkley, he will. Saquon Barkley, good job. That was a risky play. Going back-to-back to Saquon. Especially because Garrett Wilson might have been open if I waited a second longer. But we got it anyway. Doesn't matter. Good job. We stay alive. And, oh, that's right. Ramondre's playing fullback now. It used to be Washington because he was the backup tight end. But now, oh no, right guard Trey Smith injured. First drive of the game, first series of the game. We don't want that. So that means I'm thinking Malcolm Waynes comes in and plays right guard now. And he's little. Look at him in the right guard spot. I didn't realize how small he was. Hawkinson backup tight end. After a couple episodes ago when we lost to Denver. You guys know the drill there. He's going to have to redeem himself. Or we just get rid of him. I don't know. A.J. Brown, good little check down there. He sat down in the middle of the field. Trey Smith, I'm actually going to substitute Malcolm Waynes in. I don't want Trey Smith coming in a little too early. It was only medium injury risk, re-injury risk. But I don't want to risk anything, especially when the playoffs are 1 week away. And Saquon Barkley's got great blocks by the receivers. And he's going to take a big rush down to the 20. And Dave Roach, linebacker, I think he's a linebacker for the Cleveland Browns. Looked like he hurt his ankle or something. But that was a huge run. Great blocking down the field by the boys. And Barkley will get another good block from the offensive line. And he's got back-to-back huge gains. Saquon Barkley. Great rushing by Barkley. And great blocking from the offensive line. We will hand this ball off to ETN. Now he'll break through a tackle. I thought he was going to get stopped behind the line, but thankfully he didn't. And we are going to have 2nd and goal from the 3. I'm going to switch this to a run with Barkley because I believe Barkley can get in. No, he was close at the 1. Do we go just cut our losses and go juice special? I think we have to. Let's just cut our losses, not waste a down because it is 3rd down. So let's not waste a down. Let's just go juice special, get the touchdown, and get out of here. Boom! Touchdown Barons. Jalen Hurts delivers. The juice special is undefeated. And we got it. Riding the back of Tom Lowry. And we will send this ball up and through Evan McPherson. Boom. Got her done. And we lead 7-0. We took a decent chunk of the first quarter away. And now we get to see the Browns offense for the first time today. I'm hoping that we can shut down Deshaun and mainly shut down Nick Chubb. I don't know how run heavy they're going to be, but we need to be able to contain their monster running back. One of the best running backs in recent NFL history. Deshaun Jackson rolls out onto the field. Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Watson is what I mean. Luckily I caught that. That could have been awkward. Deshaun Watson. He's having a really good year. 4,000 yards, over 30 touchdowns, and less than 10 picks. Fantastic season from Watson. No wonder they're having such a good year in record-wise. And I don't know what that was. David Bell just kind of like fell over. Was that a secure catch that he shouldn't have needed to do? He was open. He should have just rack catched it. Rack caught it. I don't know, but it worked out for us because he didn't get many yards out of it. But Nick Chubb, that's what I'm talking about. Nick Chubb is going to break tag. You know how every running back in Madden that plays for the CPU, or that the CPU controls, breaks tackles every single play? At least that's what it seems like. Nick Chubb is going to be the one guy that I would expect to break tackles, but Quinnen Williams will get the sack to force the 3-and-out. Let's go! That's huge. A 3-and-out of the Browns on their first possession. Deshaun with the play action took a little too long, and our coverage down the field was able to delay the choice. And Quinnen Williams got there. Nick Chubb didn't throw a block, which would have stopped us and would have given Deshaun Watson more time to throw, enough time to throw. And we come back onto the field. All right. We had a good first series. I'm expecting to duplicate that and have another good series here. And Saquon Barkley will break one tackle, slip through, and get a good run. He's got 6 carries for 51 yards. He is chugging along, and I love to see it. Give it right back to him. Get that first down, Barkley. He couldn't do it. 3rd and 1. All right, so now we will go with a passing play. We could very clearly... Ooh, we might do another run play. I like this run better. Let's go with a run. Barkley should get it. Good blocks. No, that ball's out. Pick it up, please. No, Saquon fumbled the football. And the Browns will pick it up. Morgan gets it. Saquon Barkley fumbles the football. I don't know why I said it that weird. Saquon Barkley puts the ball on the ground. Browns get a break. Maybe I ran him too much. I don't know. Great throw by Watson. Great route by Cooper. And the Browns are going to score. Oh, we had an advantage. We had a chance to take the lead big. But Barkley coughs it up. Browns recover, and they're going to take full advantage of it. It's so dumb. Quinnen Williams, another sack. That ball's out. Jermaine Johnson picks it up, and he's got nobody in front of him. Green grass for Jermaine Johnson. Double J will take it to the house. Barons score. Wow, what a turn of events. Jermaine Johnson only playing because Shaquem McLeod is injured. And Quinnen Williams, 2 sacks now. And Deshaun Watson looked like he just tossed the ball in the ground. It didn't even look like Quinnen Williams knocked it out. But I will take it no matter what. Thank you, Jermaine. Wow. Double J puts it in the house. And the Barons lead 14-0. Exactly the kind of start that we needed. Quinnen Williams has been amazing on the first 2 drives. He has gotten a sack and a strip sack on the first 2 drives. Maybe this is Quinnen Williams' like show-out game to prove that he is still the guy on this defense. Forget about Shaquem McLeod. Forget about Kayvon Thibodeau. Forget about Aiden Hutchinson or Josh Allen or Derek Brown. This is Quinnen Williams. This is his team. And he's ready for a 3rd one, but he won't be able to get it as Deshaun throws it away. Quinnen Williams is a menace to society, and Joel Bitonio has got no answer for him. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Williams will blow by Bitonio again, and Tremaine Edmonds almost picked it off. It would have been tough to keep his feet in bounds, but he still got his hands on it. And that is a 3rd and 10 situation. Quinnen is out of the game in this formation. Something you probably don't want because he's been such an impactful player. Holding call's got to be there from Aiden Hutchinson. I couldn't even pull him away. But it is a 3-and-out anyway as the quarter comes to an end. We are blowing out the Browns on defense. I love to see it. This is exactly the kind of game we needed to head into the playoffs. A game where we absolutely control the game from moment 1 to the final moments. Nate Harris will get a couple yards on the return is all we really needed. Now, do we trust Saquon Barkley? He's got 8 carries for 57 yards, but he's put it on the ground. I think we go with a little bit less heavy on the run, at least in terms of Barkley. We can switch out ETN and Stevenson. That's the benefit of having 2 other running backs that I trust. But we got to have good blocking. And then we can go a little bit more into the pass game. You know, I don't like to pass too much because I tend to throw interceptions when I pass a lot. So I got to be careful, got to be smart. Just throw that away. It's going to be to Barkley. That play action was not a good idea. Myles Garrett picks up an injury holding his right wrist or his right arm. It could be his wrist. Could be his entire forearm. I don't know. But that is a big injury for their best player to not be on the field for a 3rd and 6. I'm going to throw that a little earlier than I thought, and it's going to be intercepted. I don't even have an answer for that or an explanation for why that happened. Well, I do have an explanation for that. I got hit on the throw, and I had to throw it earlier than I wanted to. That's dumb. That's really, really dumb. I didn't want to throw it yet, but my freaking Jedrick Willis, my left tackle, just got bodied and put on the ground by the pass rush, and I had to throw it earlier than I wanted to. Nobody was open. I was probably going to throw it to Garrett Wilson anyway, but the fact that I had to throw it earlier than I wanted to and then it sails because I got hit, he doesn't have Fearless yet, which I'm looking to get him on. I just need him to get an X Factor so that he can get up higher overalls and get all that stuff. But it just sails right over the head of Garrett Wilson, right into Greg Newsome. There was nothing. Maybe I could have taken the sack, but I think it was 3rd down, so whatever. It's another interception. What do you expect? It's a World of Juice video, a World of Juice Madden video. What do you expect? I'm going to throw an interception. That should be on your bingo card. That should be the favorite in the betting circles that I'm going to throw an interception. You should have put your mortgage on, if you have a mortgage, on the fact that I'm going to throw an interception because you would be right. You would win. I think there's only been maybe 1 to 2 episodes this entire series where I haven't thrown an interception in the game. At least 1. It's not been very rare. It's not been very consistent where I haven't thrown interceptions. We don't get the ball to start the second half. They get the ball. And I don't want them to score. So get there. Stop Nick Chubb. We had to force him to go inside. Good job sealing the edge to force him to change back inside because we had bodies in the inside. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 4 minutes left in this game. 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau both in the backfield to stop Nick Chubb, lose the yardage on the play. It's 3rd and 13. I don't think they're in field goal range. I know their kicker's got pretty good kick power, but I missed the sack. Tackle him. I missed the sack with Hutchinson. No surprise there. That should also be a betting favorite, that I'm going to miss the sack. And remember, he's got 88 kick power, but 74 accuracy. So this has got a good chance of going wide. It's going to go. And I told you, what did I tell you? Galaxy Brain. Galaxy Brain. 88 power. I don't even know if 88 power would have been enough to get that through, even if it was on target. Ooh, that would have been short, I think, no matter what. That was the idea. That was what we were talking about pregame. How we needed to keep them in long field goal distances because I didn't believe in their kicker. And I seem to be right on my beliefs. Okay, let's not throw an interception on this drive. I would really like to put this game away before it gets closer than I would like. There's a big catch from Will Washington, but another injury from the Browns. Injuries are picking up pretty heavily in this game. That's kind of scary headed into the playoffs because both of us are going to be in the playoffs. The Browns are going to be in. They'll be in the wild card. That's going to be very dangerous, but Garrett Wilson comes down with it because he's Garrett Wilson. Very dangerous throw. That's going to be Garrett Wilson again. He's got blockers, but I ran right into one of them. I had blockers, and I ran into those said blockers. Okay. 2-minute warning goes. It is 1st and 10 from the 20 with 2 minutes to go. All of our timeouts. Can I hot route A.J. Brown? I need to get hot route master on Jalen Hurts. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Just run, Jalen. Pick up some good yardage. Jalen Hurts to the 4. That was not a designed run, just an absolute scramble for my life, and I was able to pick up all of those yards to get to the 4. Awesome. That was amazing. We're going to go read option, but give it to Barkley no matter what. It was always going to be to Barkley because I thought that he could be power into the end zone, but I was wrong. Ooh, I think Justin Jefferson's going to be open on this. Yes, he will. Justin Jefferson wide. I didn't even have to secure catch that. He would have been open no matter what. But he will gritty into the end zone as the Browns are down 3 scores to your Brooklyn Barons before halftime. Why was I so afraid of this Cleveland team? Because they have Myles Garrett, Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, David Njoku, a lot of good players on this team. But Myles Garrett's injured. I don't even know if he's come back yet. Let me pause real quick. Is he on the injured list? Medical center. Is Myles Garrett injured? No, he's back, but he didn't really factor into that drive. At least I didn't notice him. He might have been out there. I just didn't see him. And we will send that ball deep into the end zone. They will kneel it, and we will go from the 25 for the Browns' next series. Okay. Let's force a 3 and out or some sort of interception, turnover, whatever. Let's stop the boys and score again. Oh my God, Joel Bitonio is getting babied. I'm like the father, and Joel Bitonio is my little child. I'm just swatting him out of the way with Quinnen Williams. It's like he's not even there. That's crazy. And Joel Bitonio is one of their best guards. Or one of the best linemen, I should say, not just guards. One of the best linemen. And Nick Chubb's so hard to bring down, but we just had to force him to go out of bounds. 3rd and 4, a chance for a 3 and out, and get the ball back for the Barons to score it one more time before half. We got to stop him here. Watson will roll. He will try to scramble. No, he chose to throw it away. What a weird thing. He might have been able to outrun me to the first down marker, but he throws it away, and we do get the 3 and out. So we will have about a minute, a little over a minute, to get into field goal range or score again. I'm hoping score again, like touchdown. That's the goal. Barkley's kind of cooled off since that first couple drives, but that's because he fumbled, and I haven't really felt confident giving him the ball back just yet. Let's change this. They've got 1 deep safety, so you know what I love to do with 1 deep safety? I like to make him choose where to go. We're going to send the outside receivers, and one of them's going to win. It looks like it is my man, Garrett Wilson, but it's a bad throw from Jalen Hurts. If that was a better throw, that's a touchdown, Garrett Wilson, but it wasn't a good enough throw, and it's an incomplete pass. That's okay. It's 10-0, right? 10-0? Yeah, 10-0. Bengals, by the way. Oh my God, that was a good throw. That was a good throw. I'm not even going to complain on that one. That was a good throw. It just got knocked down a little short. There's Chris Olave wide open. Great blocks again. 53 seconds. Let's run it before we call a timeout here. Maybe not a smart idea, but let's do it. They're going to watch the middle now, and that's going to be Olave! Huge catch. Back-to-back plays for Chris Olave, making huge catches. 35 seconds. We use our first timeout. We are in field goal range for Evan McPherson. I feel confident in that. Let's keep it going, get even more yards. Great step and stop and start again for A.J. Brown. That was a great adjustment there, and we've got 2 timeouts, even more time. Let's go, Garrett Wilson, sideline. Oh, what a catch, Garrett Wilson. And I know he went out of bounds, but I'll call my other timeout just to make sure. We are at the 14-yard line. That was a great catch from Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson's going to be open end zone. Garrett Wilson, touchdown, Barons. And we are up 4 touchdowns on the Browns in the first half. We might be seeing Malik Willis in this game. We don't need Jalen Hurts getting hurt at all. Evan McPherson will put it through. 28-0. Barons lead. Browns will get the ball to start the second half, which is not a big deal now because we put up another touchdown. Those are some pretty clutch catches from Chris Olave, from Garrett Wilson. Of course, because it's the 2 Ohio State receivers. Of course they're going to be clutch catches. They have 10 seconds. What will they do? Will they just kneel it? No, they'll go a play. It looks like it's going to be a run play. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. And it will be a Nick Chubb run, and we will shut it down very easily. Tremaine Edmonds, and that'll be the half. The clock will run out, and we will go to the halftime locker room up 28-0 on the Browns in Week 18. What a dream first half for us. What a dream first half. We will try to defend the short pass because that's really all the Browns have been doing. To be fair, they haven't had the ball that long on any possession. But when they have, they've thrown short, little checkdowns and stuff, little outs or throws to the flat and stuff. Start of the second half, the backup quarterback trying to tell Deshaun Watson to be better. But he can't really do much when Quinnen Williams has been in his face the entire first half. And that's going to be caught. That was a risky throw, but it works for the Browns. That was really, really risky. That could have been picked off by a number of different players. But it wasn't. It worked out for him. And that's going to be Nick Chubb trying to get the edge, but he had nothing. He could not get the edge. We sealed it. Thibodeau was there. Good job, dog. And now it's 2nd and 10 for the Cleveland Browns from the 36-yard line. Let's get in the backfield. Come on. Come on. Oh, we did get in the backfield. That's going to be a deep throw. What a catch. What a throw from Watson. Wow. What a throw. You can't even be mad at that. That's an impressive throw. Oh, I was in the backfield again. That should have been number 3 for Quinnen Williams, sack number 3. But he got the ball away. That was an impressive throw by Watson. I'm still on that previous play. That was a crazy throw. With pressure on his face, he was able to just put that ball right where only his receiver could catch it. Not a lot of quarterbacks can make that throw. I don't even think Jalen Hurts could have made that throw, especially not with pressure in his face. We've seen how he reacts with pressure in his face. It's not very good. That's going to be caught by David Bell. Sauce Gardner was playing a lot softer than I would have liked. I think he might have been in his zone because otherwise he should have picked that off. But I think he was in a zone, so he was playing soft. And that's going to be Nick Chubb. He's going to roll himself into 1. I thought maybe the ball would cross. They don't give it to him. That was close. I thought the ball was going to cross there. We're going to give it all. And he broke the tackle. Nakobe Dean picks up an injury on the play anyway. The Browns finally get on the board with their first drive of the second half. Wow. Man, that throw from Watson was unbelievable. What a great throw. If this was a closer game, maybe I would have been more upset because that was a fantastic throw. But since we're up 3 scores on Cleveland, with only a little under two halves or a half of football to go, I feel confident in praising that throw because it was fantastic. We'll give Steve Smith an opportunity, although hopefully by the next time we're out on defense, Nakobe Dean will be back. And it is now 17-0. Colts are down. I think we're going to be the 2 seed. I thought the Colts were going to have a chance to beat the Bengals. The Bengals are just too good. The Bengals are just too good. And once again, for the second year in a row, we will go on the road for the entirety of the playoffs, unless the Bengals get knocked out. Maybe they get beat in the divisional round. But the only way we'll see them is in the championship game. So that's a little disappointing. But it's our fault. It's our fault that we're even in this situation. We let them take the lead on us because we lost to Denver. If we don't lose to Denver, we don't even have to worry about this game needing to win it to secure the 1 seed because we would already have secured it. But unfortunately, we lost, and we're in this spot now. And it looks like we're going to have to go on the road. At least we'll host the playoffs until the AFC title game. So that's good. But unfortunately, we will not have the bye, which I was really looking forward to because I hate playing wildcard games. It just adds one more game that has the potential of losing. And if you can limit the amount of times you have a chance to lose, that's always a good thing. So playing the wild card sucks, but we got to do it if we want to win a Super Bowl. So, but this game's not over yet, so we can't look too far ahead. And that's my fault. I turned into him too early, and I screwed him up. That one's my fault. Let's see. 3rd and 9. I need to get a few more yards if we're not going to get the first down so that we can get field goal range. Why did I dive? A 59-yarder, I don't feel confident. I pressed square to catch and run, but I guess he already had caught the ball technically, so he dove when I pressed to catch and run. Luckily, it's not going to matter because Justin Jefferson is him, and he will score again. You cannot play press coverage on these receivers. How many times are you going to learn? Or how many times do I need to do it before you learn is what I should say. Great throw from Hurts. Great route run by Justin Jefferson, and we score. How many times have we done that on 4th down where we've called verticals, Justin Jefferson or whoever, Garrett Wilson, Olave, A.J. Brown, whoever it is, beats their man in press coverage and gets either a first down by a big chunk or a touchdown. It's happened a lot this season, and I'm happy for it because now we are back up by 4 touchdowns on the Browns, and I think we can kind of call this game over and kind of bring in some guys so that we don't get injuries. I'm kind of hoping that we don't get any injuries because we already lost Shaquille McLeod for the season, so I don't really want to have another injury headed into the wild card game. I may bring in Malik Willis. I might do it. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it's going to be a screen pass. Tremaine Edmonds is off of it, and I didn't win the tackle battle. Because what do you think? What did you think I was going to win the tackle battle? Why would I? I never win the tackle battle. 2nd and 2. Nick Chubb's got 6 catches. I think he's caught the ball more than he's run the ball today. I don't think Nick Chubb has run the ball very much. That was a good slant route. That's a slant route that I would throw. 1st and 10 after the big first down play. He will check it down to Amari Cooper. Big hit. Dear Lord, Steve Smith. He leveled him. That was a huge hit. And it looks like Nakobe Dean's not even back yet. I thought he would be back by now. So I guess it's a good thing we didn't call him early. We didn't tell him to get back in here. Oh, wait, no, he is back. He's right there. Okay, so Steve Smith he must have just been in on that series or that play. Oh, Jermaine Johnson was there. He wanted a sack. He wanted his sack. Under 5 minutes in the season, the regular season. Both these teams will play postseason football, but somehow Nick Chubb falls forward for extra yardage. He tripped, but he fell forward for extra yards. Unbelievable there. Can we get to him? Can we get to him? No, we can't. That's going to be back in the end zone. Incomplete. Watson sailed it over everybody's head. And 4th and 3 for the Browns from the 7. A chance to get a first down, so it's not over. They don't have to score a touchdown here is what I'm trying to say. They're going to go for the touchdown, though. He got the first down. It's at the 1. Unfortunate. Whatever. That was a good check down, little stop from Amari Cooper, and Nick Chubb easily runs into the end zone. There was no pressure at all. Browns will score again. They just won't go away. Why won't you just die? Just die, Cleveland. Just go away. Go into that good night. They will onside kick down 3 touchdowns. I commend it, but J.J. Godfrey picks it up. I respect it. You probably shouldn't have done it because now we're at the 43. Although that doesn't really necessarily mean we're going to score guaranteed. Why didn't you block? Oh, Travis Etienne put the ball on the ground. What was that play? What was that play? Go back. We need to watch this from the start. What was this? So first off, left guard Dominique Peck completely doesn't even block the linebacker. That's the first problem. That's what I noticed first, that Dominique Peck does not even consider blocking this guy because he goes over here for some reason, thinking that he's going to block the guy that's going to like zoom around the edge. I don't know what he's thinking on this. But he chooses to do it as the linebacker's right there. All you got to do is shift your hips, and block the guy. But nope, he doesn't do that. And then Etienne runs right into him. And then Hazelton, the guy that we thought about drafting this offseason, he says, you probably should have drafted me, because he goes in and Peanut Tillman punches this ball out. And that is picked up by Cleveland. What was that play? I have no idea what happened there, but the Browns capitalize. So they didn't need the onside kick because they got the turnover anyway. But we got the ball back. Bryce Hall picks off Deshaun Watson, and there's nobody around him. Bryce Hall will score. Yes, he will. Nick Chubb got there, but not close enough. And the Barons put the nail in the coffin of this game. It is OVA. Over. 42-14. When we needed them the most, the Barons defense stepped up and played their best game of the season. Quinnen Williams, Aiden Hutchinson, Thibodeau, Nakobe Dean, Bryce Hall, the entire defense stepped up. Tremaine Edmonds, everybody played well in this game. Jermaine Johnson returning that fumble for a touchdown. Everybody played well. It's going to be another screen, but this time I'm not losing it. Great play by Tremaine Edmonds. He snuffed it out. Tremaine Edmonds is really good at reading screens. He gets there really quickly. But also, Tremaine Edmonds is one of those guys who we may have to trade this offseason to free up money to sign other guys that are more useful to this team, even though Tremaine Edmonds has been phenomenal. We got him, what, the very first offseason? We got him. He's been a Brooklyn lifer. He's a Baron for life. But he may have to get shipped out. Ship! And that's going to be knocked incomplete. J.J. Godfrey, good job. Playing against David Njoku is a tough matchup, especially for a smaller safety like Godfrey is. But he got up there, he got his hops, and he knocks it incomplete. Browns will punt because they're just conceding defeat. It is 4th and 13 from their own 11, so I don't blame them. We start at the 48-yard line, and I kind of want to just run the ball, but I don't trust any of my running back more. 2 of the 3 have fumbled the ball this game, so I'm a little scared. Barkley will get some yardage out of that. That's good. We'll go back to it, and we'll get some good blocking, but not good enough. He goes down at the 44-yard line, 3rd and 3. Will Washington should be open here, and he will be. And the founding father stays up. And that'll be the 2-minute warning. Will Washington looked to trying to get extra yardage there. He wanted some. Will they use their timeouts? I hope not. It's 42-14. There's no reason you should be using your timeouts. You have no hope to win this game. Don't use your timeouts. They won't. Thank God. I did not want to have to waste more time because they were going to be calling timeouts every single play for the next 3. Thank you. I appreciate that a whole lot. I'm going to send A.J. Brown on a sneaky little slant here. I feel like the middle of the field's going to be open, and I was right. A.J. Brown wide open. I felt like the middle of the field would be open there. It just had that kind of look to it. We'll give this ball to Ramondre. Ramondre will have some openings, and Ramondre Stevenson will score a touchdown. I was not expecting to score, but congratulations, Ramondre. I don't know how many of those you have this year, but that was a good play. Good block. Fantastic blocking by the offensive line. And we will go 49-14 just to shove it right down the Browns' face. Great offensive drive, and there's a minute and 15 seconds to go. We will send this ball away. Man, I really wish the Colts would have won that game. I wanted to be the 1 seed, but I lost it. I can only be mad at myself because I could be mad at TJ Hawkinson because he's the reason why we lost that game against the Broncos. At least that's what I'm telling myself. It's not like I lost it earlier in the game, then we had to make a crazy comeback just to even have a chance, and then TJ Hawkinson lost it there. But we don't think about that. We only think about the final play of the game. At least for us, the final play of the game. And Josh Allen close to getting a sack there, but Watson will toss it away before he got there. A minute and 6 seconds to go. The Bills will end their horrible season with a big victory. Man, they were bad because Josh Allen got hurt. And they were even kind of bad when he came back, too. Good tackle. A couple guys brought him down, Nick Chubb. And we are under 40 seconds left to go in the regular season. 3rd and 6 for the Browns from the 23. Man, Quinnen Williams was super massive in the beginning of this game, getting those 2 sacks, and especially the strip sack. Final play of the game. Accelerated clock makes it the final play of the game, unless it's a quick incomplete. It'll be caught. David Bell. Will they call a timeout? No, they will not call a timeout, and that is how the Barons season ends. It's a happy ending for the Brooklyn Barons as we finish the season with 14 wins and get the 2 seed in the AFC. We love to see it. If I didn't throw that stupid interception where it sailed over Garrett Wilson's head because I had pressure in my face, this would have been one of Jalen Hurts' best games. 20 for 25, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns. He played amazing. He threw a really accurate ball most of the time, and he played really well. The run game was not the same. The run game, you can't say much about it. There was a lot of fumbles, well, only 2, but I mean, Barkley did okay. Garrett Wilson, 5 for 51 and a touchdown. He was big. Barkley was big in the early game. A.J. Brown, 3 for 38. Olave had 3 big catches. Jefferson had 2 big catches, and they both went for touchdowns. That's hilarious. I didn't even realize that. Defensively, we had 6 tackles from Williams. He was massive in this game. 5 for Derwin James and Nakobe Dean and Sauce Gardner. I didn't realize he had 5 tackles. 2 sacks. The only 2 sacks were Quinnen Williams, and one of them was a strip sack. We picked off Deshaun Watson one time, and it was a pick 6. And obviously, we had 3 forced. Oh no, it's 3 passes deflected. We had 1 forced fumble and 1 picked up in return for a touchdown. Double J, Jermaine Johnson, and we win 49-14. We finished the season with 14 wins, and we are headed to the postseason. So our worst nightmare do come to fruition. The Bengals stay the 1 seed. We are the 2 seed, and we'll take on the Steelers next episode in the wild card round. But it is at home. We get to host every playoff game until the AFC title game, unless the Bengals get eliminated. I don't see that happening. But we will take a look at the stats. Let's take a look at the final season stats to end the year. I kind of don't want to, but we will. Jalen Hurts finishes the season with 4,300 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 26 interceptions. We're not going to acknowledge these interceptions because we don't need to. That's a really good season from Jalen Hurts, though. I'm expecting it to be even better next year. Malik Willis, from the times that he got in, he had 298 yards, 5 touchdowns to 2 picks. He did okay for what he was given. On the ground, no 1,000-yard season for Saquon Barkley because he kind of got stuffed for the last month of the season. There was really no run game. 205 yards, 205 attempts, 875 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 fumbles, a lot for Saquon. Ramondre had 44 carries, 190 yards, and a touchdown. He only got the one touchdown that he had this game. That's crazy. ETN had 59 carries, 180 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts. I think all 3 of these touchdowns were QB sneaks. I'm pretty sure. Maybe one was a read option. I don't remember. I know at least 2 of them were juice specials. 115 yards on the ground, though. Receiving, Garrett Wilson gets over 1,000 yards, 68 catches, 11 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson had 50 catches, 903 yards, 13 touchdowns. You can tell who I like to throw the ball to. Hawkinson had 663 yards and 3 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 630, 5 touchdowns. Olave didn't really get to play much, but when he did, he was efficient. 530 yards, 6 touchdowns. And the founding father, Will Washington, 461 yards and 6 touchdowns. ETN also had a receiving touchdown. I don't even remember that, but he did. Let's see. Who did good blocking-wise? Who led up the most sacks? Tom Lowry and Dominique Peck. That makes sense. Led up the most sacks. Jedrick Willis and Evan Neal also as well. Who didn't let up a single sack? Jamie Brackett. Trey Smith in 17 games didn't allow a single sack. Little round of applause for Trey Smith. That was impressive. Tackle leaders, who do you expect? It's Tremaine Edmonds, 105. He's a beast. I think he's led us every single year he's been on the team. N'Kobe Dean at 84. I'm hoping that N'Kobe Dean can turn into somebody like Tremaine Edmonds, like a Tremaine Edmonds light. That'd be awesome. Because they kind of have a similar play style. They're both like tall, or not tall. They're both built, and they're both like sneaky fast. So it's just that Tremaine Edmonds is 6'5". That's the only difference. But maybe they could turn into be something. Derwin James had 41 assisted tackles, 78 regular tackles. 73 for Lewis Seen, 61 for Murphy Bunting, 52 for Sauce. Tackle for loss leaders, Josh Allen had 15, Quinnen Williams had 14, Thibodeau 12, McLeod had 11 in his rookie season. I wish he would have played more, but he did get hurt. And he didn't really play much in the beginning of the season until I changed it. Sack leaders, Shaquem McLeod, the rookie, leads the team in sacks. Good for him. He had a really good year. 7 for Quinnen Williams, 6 for Josh Allen, 3.5 for Thibodeau, 1.5 for Hutch, 1 for N'Kobe Dean, Derek Brown, and Zach Allen, and then 1/2 for Steve Smith and Jermaine Johnson. Interception leaders, 6 for Bryce Hall. What a stud he was. Murphy Bunting had 5. Derwin James had 4. Seen had 2. Dean, Gardner, and Godfrey all had 1. I thought Gardner had 2. Maybe that was last year. I don't remember. Deflections, we had 10 for Bryce Hall and 10 for Murphy Bunting. Forced fumbles, 4 for N'Kobe Dean. He picked up 1 of them. 4 for Derwin James. That's Deflator coming into play. 3 for Tremaine Edmonds. He picked up 2. 3 for Quinnen Williams. 1 for Godfrey. 1 for Seen. 1 for McLeod. Okay. 3 recoveries by Josh Allen. Very interesting. Did we block any kicks? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Safeties. We didn't get any safeties this year. And touchdowns, we got 2 for Bryce Hall, 2 pick sixes, especially that one in the last game, and then the fumble recovery for a touchdown in this last game as well for Jermaine Johnson. So that's awesome. Very good defensive stats. We had missed 1 field goal with Evan McPherson. I don't even remember that field goal miss. I probably missed the accuracy on it or something. 18, or maybe it was a deep one, too deep of a kick. Maybe that's what it was. 18 of 19, still very good, very efficient. 55 was the longest. We didn't get a single one blocked, extra point blocked, or I didn't miss one. I usually do that. 59 for 59. Perfect. You love to see it. Good job, Evan McPherson. Good season. These 2 punts were only out of desperation. That's the only reason we have 2 punts on the year. You remember those 2 punts, I'm sure, out of desperation. Kick return yardage, 777 for Nate Harris. I didn't return a single kick this year, which kind of sucks. Or punts. No punt yardage. Punts are so hard to return in this game. It's stupid. And that's the yardage, or that's the stats. We had the 28th ranked offense in the league, and we had the 1st ranked defense in the league. Look at the boys. The defense is immaculate. So our offense, we were not very good. Our offense was bad in terms of around the league, and that's to be expected because of how many interceptions I threw and how afraid I was to do that. So that's going to do for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.